Today, I'm going to show you how to add page properties and set up page properties reports in Confluence, so you can organize key info on multiple pages and pull it all into a dynamic dashboard. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know how to structure details on your individual pages and, more importantly, how to fetch all that data into one awesome centralized report. Let's get right into it. First up, let's set up page properties on an individual page in Confluence. Imagine you're working on a project page or taking meeting notes, and you need to capture important details, like who owns an item, its status, or upcoming deadlines. On your chosen page, start by typing page properties. This pulls in the page properties macro, a special container for your structured data. Go ahead and insert it. Inside this macro, create a table. The structure here is simple but powerful. The left column of your table becomes your reference. These will be the headers when you pull data into your report. Think of things like status, owner, or date. The right column is where you'll put the actual details specific to this page, like in progress, Sarah, or 15th June. Why use this macro? Well, it lets Confluence treat the info in your table as reportable data. It's like adding little tags and labels to the facts you most want to track across lots of pages. If you've ever kept a notebook with a quick facts box at the top of each page, this works a bit like that, but digitally. Next, for Confluence to group and find these pages later, you'll want to add a label. In edit mode, either click Add Labels from the Options menu or just scroll to the bottom of the page and you'll see a spot to add labels. Use something clear and consistent like project status or meeting notes. Labels are basically how Confluence categorizes things behind the scenes. They're vital for pulling the right info into your report later. Now, if you're using more than one page properties macro on the same page, say you want to split out project details and risks in separate boxes, it's a good idea to give each macro a unique ID using the macro settings. This way, when you build your report, you can pull exactly the data you want without confusion. Just type in something like project details. It doesn't have to be fancy, just unique. There's another option too, the hidden parameter. If you only want this data to show up in reports and not clutter the main page, set hidden to true in the macro settings. This keeps your source pages clean but still lets you aggregate the data elsewhere. Don't worry if this is new, feel free to play around. You can always show or hide this info as needed. Alright, with your key data set up and labeled, let's pull it all together into a report. Head over to the central Confluence page where you want your dashboard. Maybe it's called Project Index or Overview. Type Page Properties Report to add the reporting macro, then insert it. In the macro settings, you'll see a spot for labels. Enter the same label you used before, like Project Status. This tells Confluence only show data from pages that have this tag. You can get fancier here too. If you want to filter the report further, say by certain page properties IDs, or by authors, or by when pages were last changed, add those filters now. If you set unique IDs in your page properties earlier, pop that into the Page Properties ID field to narrow down your results to just the right tables. When you're happy, save the page. You'll see a neat sortable report that pulls in details from all your labeled pages. It's like creating your own custom spreadsheet right in Confluence, automatically updated as your team adds or edits content elsewhere. If you ever need to adjust what shows up, just tweak your labels or macro settings. And remember, it's perfectly normal if you need to experiment a bit to get your report looking just right. Thanks so much for following along. If this helped, hit that like button, and if any questions popped up, drop them in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts and troubleshooting with you. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips that make your work in Confluence smoother, faster, and way more organized. See you in the next tutorial.